Right, so we are back, and as you can see, we've got a new camera angle, and we've got some lights in the background. Kind of new. Do you like it? Do you not? Please vote in the poll, top right hand side corner of the screen, I believe. Whichever one is the most preferred, this one, the other one, I'll go for that one. But recently, icon SBCs have been trending Twitter, everything. Run the Foot Market made a video, bam. And also, I think EA Corey or one of the EA staff have tweeted about it in the past day or two. The tweet is right there, hopefully, if I can find the image. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about three things: baby icons, SBCs, the icon market, and finally the icon set 2, I believe it was called, the one where you could essentially make profit from literally completing the SBC. So I'm going to put timestamps on the screen of when those three are. Also going to start with the baby icons right now. The other two I'll put timestamps on. So if you only want to watch that part of the video, you can skip to them now and just watch that. Okay, so the text isn't working, but the baby icons is 1 minute 03. The second one is 5 minutes 43, and the last one is 8 minutes 29. Baby icon. Right, so I filmed all of this, and I realised I missed the most important thing about icons right now. So I haven't really talked about, throughout all of this, I didn't really talk about icon SBCs, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically last year they dropped an SBC where you submit like an SBC, like an 86 rated squad, like some informs, that kind of stuff, and you got a baby icon pack. So essentially you got a pack, and you could pack any of the base icon cards, so like an 85 Kocha, or like whatever, the lowest rated card of the icon. So on screen, like the lowest rated Gattuso, lowest rated Overmars, even the lowest rated Pele you could get in that pack, and there's been a lot of speculation about that recently. So the main thing people want to find out with the baby icon SBCs is when they're coming out. Now personally, I don't think they're going to come out at least until the 25th of December at the earliest. Potentially, you know, EA drop a good Christmas promo, but I don't see them relating icons to the Christmas promo. Previous years, you know, they dropped the SBCs for like the shirt numbers and that kind of stuff. I did a video on that as well. That'll be linked down below in the description about the Footmas cards and how to like predict them. I don't see them using the icons in the Footmas promo. The earliest I think we'll get it is the 25th of December. However, I don't really realistically see the icon SBC being dropped for a while. You know, later on in the video I talk about the tweets from EA and just stuff that EA have confirmed and stuff like that. And I don't see EA dropping the baby icons at SBC for a while. Now, by saying that, I'm not saying that I don't want the SBC to be in the game. I'm not saying that it's a bad SBC and it's not worth doing it or not worth EA releasing it. But I just don't see EA dropping it, you know, in a couple of days' time, in a couple of weeks. I don't see it happening. But let me know, when do you think, honestly, you think EA will drop the SBC? They will definitely drop it throughout the year. Definitely drop one in FIFA 19. But the question is when. Let me know your opinions and thoughts on it down below in the comments. I'm going to link it to the Prime Icon Set 3. Now, again, if you want to do this SBC, it's literally in the SBC section. You go to icons. Complete this challenge for a player pick of a set of prime icons. So if you're going on to the ones you can get, we've got Ryan Giggs, Hagi, Vieira, Zanetti, and Zola. Now, I may actually did this and picked Zola. 86 pace, 91 dribbling, 91 shooting, 88 passing, low physical, however. Now, again, so essentially you submit a couple basic SBCs like 82 rated, 83 rated. But the most important thing you submit is a baby icon, essentially. It's literally an SBC called Iconic, and it's got one player in. The requirement's quite simple: one icon player, one player in the squad. Now, again, for doing you get a 45k pack because they changed the requirements. I'll get onto that later on. But essentially, you've got an icon SBC, you've got a bronze squad, a silver squad, a gold squad, and an 82 rated squad. So again, the bronze squad, 2,000 coins, you have them in your club. Silver squad, 2,000 coins. Gold squad, you know, you need 9 rare players, 2 teammates. It's going to cost about 30,000 coins. An 82 rated squad is going to cost about 10k. So all in all, about 30k for all the SBCs. But then the icon one is about 800,000 coins. So it's literally just an icon. You submit an icon, you get another icon back, essentially. So yeah, literally the SBC, you submit an icon, a baby icon, you whack a couple of other stuff in it, and you get an untradeable prime version. Now what's that doing is essentially making a demand for baby icons. In terms of the market, we'll go on to that in a second. But baby icons now, if you want to have an icon on your team to say you want an icon just for the sake of it, like they used about 300-400k. What I might try and do is potentially put some graphs up of before the SBC came out, the set 1, the original icon SBC, to what they are now, because I'm going to get onto the market in more depth in a second. But baby icons now are in huge demand because everyone wants to get these prime Vieiras, prime Zanettis, prime Ferdinands, the prime Zolas. Everyone wants to get these really good cards because they're the best in the game. But what EA have done is they made the baby icons, or the base icon cards, which no one uses, no one really wanted, but they're just there. Literally like the bush in Fortnite. It's in the game, no one uses it. The odd people bought one, put them in the team to say they got an icon, but there's pretty useless. So they made a useless card in the game, useless bunch of cards, and they made it into something which can be used. However, by doing that, it's increased the price by literally over double. Now, again, you know, some people don't like this, some people don't mind, some people, you know, quite like this way of doing it. Now, for me, if you've not got a massive team, I've got my current team on right now. That's a team I'm playing with. Quite a few of it's untradeable. But, you know, I'm not really going to icons into my team, so it doesn't affect me as much. But if there's someone who wants to get, you know, icons in the team, it's going to make them pay more for the icons, or they use it and get a cheaper one from the untradeable SBC. There's not too much I can say about the baby icons other than the price is inflated. They're using that SBC and it's essentially made something obsolete into something which actually worth something. So you could say it's quite a good move by EA, but how it's made the market rise, and that's what we're getting to next. Okay, so 1.5 million transfer listed right now. But if we go onto the icon category, literally you want to find an icon, put them all as blank, go into league, and literally just scroll onto icon. It's going to come up in a second. There we go. Now we'll start off with 700. We'll start off with 700k, and let's see what we can get on the market. 701,000 coins from different on the market. We go to 800,000 coins, we start to see some players. You can see right here, most of the icons are about 740, 750,000 coins. So essentially, you want to complete the SBC, you need to pay 750,000 coins for the iconic SBC, which you get a 45k pack from. So if you look at the likes of Veron here, quite an average card for for a player in general. Like you can get 9 golden with like pretty much the same stats, about 50k. We've got this guy again, he's a cam, but he's got very low pace, you know, very average shooting, passing, dribbling stats. Again, Shevchenko, I mean, you've got 89 shooting, but 84 pace, and you can get the equivalent of that card, like Werner, very good pace, very good dribbling, very good shooting. I'm not sure about the physical though. And again, basically what it's done is made the icon prices a lot more. So you want to complete the prime icon SBC, you have to pay about 800,000 coins. So again, like players from goalkeepers like Van der Sar, 91 rated, I'm pretty sure that's not his baby card, but because he's a goalkeeper, like the price of not even a baby icon card is the same as like a base one. So right here, base Rao, I'll probably say his name, 86 rated. But then you've got someone who's not a base icon card, but because they're not using the game, because they're a goalkeeper and no one really buys icon goalkeepers, they're essentially the same price as the base icon, as you can see. Again, it's the same. I'm not sure what Nestor rating is, but 90 is very high. That's actually not a bad price. But you can literally just see right here, some of these aren't even base icon cards, but because of not being very good, if it's a goalkeeper or the striker with like no pace, they're literally the same price as the baby icon cards. And essentially what they've caused to do, the SBCs, the prime icon SBCs, they've caused the baby icon cards to rise. Now again, by doing this, you know, it's creating the icon market to be more expensive. You want to get an icon into your team, just say you've got an icon to your team, you know, to flex it, whatever you want to do with that card in foot champs and foot battles, whatever, you know, you've got to pay a large amount of coins right now. Previously with the baby icons, what they've essentially done is they've created that market for these cards. I mean, they used to be on the market and no one really used them. Now by pretty much releasing these SBCs, they're causing them to rise, you know, they're causing them to be in demand, and that kind of stuff. So again, the baby icon SBCs in the market is really related, and it all kind of links together. Now, whether you think it's good or bad is a different situation, but yeah, you know, they're creating SBC, something obsolete, and they made it have a purpose. Right, so the main thing we'll get on to about the market, the icon market in general, is the fact about the icon market is a lot smaller because of these SBCs. Now essentially what you're doing by these SBCs is buying an icon on the market. So let's say it's like 5,000 icon on the market, there's 5,000 cards. You buy one, that goes down to 4,999. You submit that into the SBC, it is then out of your control. You can't sell it, you can't use it. That icon has gone to an untradeable SBC and you get like a 45k pack. So essentially by this SBC, it's reducing the amount of icons on the market. Again, it's taking away the coins, it's making the market value worth a lot less. Because you're buying something for 800,000 coins, you're buying off the market and reduces the value of the market from like let's say 80 million to 79 million, etc, etc. So essentially by buying one of these icons off the market and submitting it into the SBC, you're reducing the market value and you're also reducing the amount of icons on the market. I mean, there's quite a few icons on the market as it is, but again, you are literally reducing the amount of icons available to buy. So right now we're on the Prime Icon Set 3. You don't already know this is a second release of it. So before this one, it was essentially the same, how the requirements were a lot easier. So you have the iconic SBC like usual, where you submit an icon. A lot of people use the base icons, which I said that's why there are 750,000 coins. But essentially what happened was the other requirements, you got some packs from them, but they're very cheap to do. So what you did, you literally paid about 800,000 coins to do the SBC the first time round. However, what you did was, when you complete that SBC, you pick the Prime Icon, you then use that Prime Icon you just earned and put it back into the iconic SBC. Now by doing that, obviously you got the 45k pack, but you lost that icon. Now the other SBCs, like the requirements like the Humble Beginnings, the Rising Talent, there was essentially copies of them which were very cheap to do. So you completed all of that. So by doing that, you submitted your Prime Icon into that SBC and you also did the rest of it. So you got your icon card back, but obviously you had to pay some more coins on top of that. Now the packs you got from doing SBCs allow you to pretty much try and generate a profit from the SBC. A lot of the times you made losses of like 3, 4, 5,000 coins, but very small losses under about 10,000 coins. Now essentially what happened was you kept repeating that SBC until you had a really good pack. So by opening the packs you had a chance of packing like Ronaldo, Messi, all the good players. You kept doing the process until you got a good pack. Let's say you got a walkout Modric and you made 50k profit. You've done the SBC 4 times. Fourth time you pack a Modric, you make some profit. Always good, and that's how people use the SBC and manipulate it to earn some coins from literally completed SBCs. Now, after people started doing that, EA started to realise, we got the likes of Melee B, I think the Penfez, everyone was popping off, literally making videos on this. Now, EA then go and take the SBC off the game, off the SBC category. I think it took them a couple of days to actually get it back, at least 2 days, if not more, if I remember rightly. And now we're left with this one. So as you can see, the world class one, you now need 2 team elite players, 9 rares, 70 chemistry, so it's a bit hard to do. So again, it's hard to make the profit off of this one by doing that method, and it's a lot riskier, and you can make a lot more on your loss, like 20, 30,000 coins. So people start doing it right now. But essentially that's what people did, and they manipulated the SBC and they generated a lot of coins off doing it. As well, let me know your opinions down below in the comment section of the icons, the icon SBCs, etc.